Would you forgive your partner if they cheated for your sake? Would you let your son marry the daughter of your ex? Listen to this true life story and share your opinion with me. Hello my beautiful people, you're welcome back to my channel. So today we are making something simple, something delicious, and something addictive. It is called fish roll. Don't worry, I've left the list of ingredients in the description box below and on the screen. So while you watch me mix, knead and fry, let me share with you a true life story. It is a story that touched me deeply. This is a story about life, love, sacrifice and forgiveness. There was once a young girl and a man who fell deeply in love. You know how love can be. It's pure, genuine and full of hope. But the thing is that the girl's mother was against it. She was against it because the man wasn't wealthy. He was comfortable, yes, but he wasn't rolling in riches. And to her mother, wealth was everything. She wanted her daughter to marry one of the richest suitors who had come knocking. But this girl was determined. She insisted. She stood her ground. And reluctantly, her mother gave in. She gave her blessings. They both got married and oh yeah, their marriage was sweet. They were both working, they were both contributing and they were both happy. They didn't have everything, but they had each other and they were really content. One day life happened. The man lost his job and that was the beginning of a storm. The once gentle and loving husband turned into something else. He became bitter, he became angry and aggressive. He blamed his wife for everything. Even when there was no food on the table, he would look at her with anger in his eyes. And she tried. She worked harder, she provided, she catered for the home, and no matter what she did, it wasn't enough. One day, out of desperation, the man went to his friend, begging for help in securing a job in the company where he worked. But his friend said he couldn't help him, that his hands were tied. You know, the rejection broke him and he slowly drowned himself in alcohol. He would come home late, he would come home drunk, and he even became more bitter than he was before. Now, the wife, on the other hand, was hurting. She loved her husband and wanted to help. She prayed, she worked, she tried to encourage him, but still, he was slipping away. And then, out of nowhere, the same friend who had refused to help her husband called her and said that there is something he could do to help her husband. He asked her to come to his office. She was excited and of course she was expecting good news. The friend dropped a bombshell. He could help her only if she agreed to sleep with him. Imagine the shock. Imagine the disgust she felt. She stormed out of that office heartbroken and angry. She told her closest friend about it, hoping for an advice. But instead of discouragement, her friend encouraged her to do it. After all, your husband wouldn't know. Who will tell him? Perhaps this is the only way to help him. At first, she refused. Her conscience battled her heart. But each day, watching her husband sink deeper into misery, watching her marriage crumble, she broke. She made a choice that would change her life forever. She accepted. The next day, her husband got a call. He had been offered a juicy job in that same company. He was so happy. He was thrilled. He was overjoyed. He thought it was his late father's friend that had done him a favor. But he didn't know that his wife had just paid the price. He resumed work immediately, and in no time, he grew very arrogant. He began disrespecting his friend and boasting that soon he would take over his position. He even parked his car in his friend's reserved space until one day, the friend snapped. One day when they were having a heated argument in the office, the friend told him to be grateful to his wife who had saved him from drowning. And he said, "By the way, the birthmark on your wife's private area is quite attractive." For a while, he stood, staring at him, all confused. Suddenly, he grabbed his car key and rushed home. He went home boiling with rage. He confronted his wife and of course, she couldn't deny it. That night, their marriage shattered to pieces. She cried, she begged, she did everything she could do to make him forgive, but no, he didn't. Instead, he packed his bags and left the house. A few weeks after that, he came back with divorce papers. She begged again and asked him to forgive, but all to no avail. And heartbroken, she decided to sign the divorce papers. That wasn't all. A few weeks later, she turned on the TV and saw her ex-husband married to the company owner's daughter. They were even living for a honeymoon abroad. That moment she collapsed, suffering a minor heart attack. And from that day, she lived with a heart condition. After a few years, she found love again and married a doctor, a man who cared for her deeply. And so many years passed by. Of course, by then she already had a son, and her son has grown into a fine gentleman. And one day he brought home the woman he wanted to marry. Guess who it was? She was the daughter of her ex-husband. The daughter of her ex-husband. Now let's pause for a moment. Think about it. You know, life has a way of circling back in the most unexpected ways. If you were in her shoes, would you allow your son marry her? Would you allow your son marry your ex-husband's daughter? Not just an ex-husband, but an ex-husband who treated you the way this particular one did. And more importantly, if your partner cheated just once and for your sake, would you forgive them? You see, the thing that amazes me about this story is how quick the man was to discard his wife, the same woman who sacrificed everything for him to secure the job. I mean, it was easy for him to let go of his marriage, but he couldn't resign from his job. Now, there is something I forgot to mention earlier. After the man had served her divorce papers, he came back and gave her an open check. He told her to put in any amount she wanted in the check, but she refused. That time she cried again, she begged again, but the man said he was never going to forgive her. He said he could forgive anything. He could forgive a woman who didn't know how to cook. He could forgive a woman who is bad in bed. He could forgive a woman who is disrespectful, but one thing he could never do in his life is to forgive a woman who was cheated on him. You know, with this story, I'm saying that it is better to leave things to occur naturally the way they should. As humans, we try to fix everything, make everything work. But sometimes when we do that, it's not in our favor. Well, perhaps in this case, these two were never meant to be together. She regretted not listening to her mother, but more importantly, she regretted sleeping with her husband's friend. And you know the twist to all of this? That same man she slept with was one of the men that asked her hand in marriage. He was one of the people that she rejected. And he was also her husband's friend. Could this justify the reason the man refused to forgive her? What are your thoughts? Anyway, while you think about it, take a look at these fish rolls. And they're looking so golden, so crispy, so yummy. So tell me in the comments if you will try this recipe. And also let me know your thoughts. Should the son go ahead and marry her? Do you think he should marry her? And if you want to hear how this story truly ended, let me know and I'll share it in the next video. Remember that this is a true life story. So my lovely people, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love you.
To my loves who always care, checking on me, you're always there. With hearts so genuine, so true. Oh, you call number loves you. Thank you for your love and the light, for making everything feel right. In this journey side by side, with you I take each stride. Through the highs and through the lows, your love is what always shows. In every smile, in every tear, your presence I hold dear. Thank you for your love and the light, for making everything feel right. In this journey side by side, with you I take each stride. With you none loves you back. In this bond there's no lack. Together we will always be a family strong and free. Thank you for your love and the light, for making everything feel right. In this journey side by side, with you I take each stride. Through the highs